I have a Success from Scratch story for you, and it's a good one. And Success from Scratch brought to you by Liftique. Look years younger without facelift surgery. Go to liftique.com. All right. So I want to introduce you to a young lady, and I love these stories of these kids. And they're not quite the same as 12-year-olds who begin an internet company and are worth $3.5 billion by the time they graduate high school. This is a little bit different, but not a lot different. So parents and kids argue all the time over all sorts of things, right? But how many of those arguments then turn into a business? I mean, a legitimate business. And that's exactly what happened to this young lady, Zandra, that's with a Z, Zandra Cunningham. She is 17 years old now. She lives in Buffalo, New York. And she is the CEO of a company called ZandraBeauty.com. Now, and this is critical. All right, this is something that is unique to these people. These people being hugely successful entrepreneurs who start literally out of the cradle. So she says when she was little, she took an interest in entrepreneurship because of her love of makeup, skin products, and a conversation she had with her dad. And Zandra and her dad explained that conversation.
When I was 9 years old, I loved lip balm. Every day before my dad went off to work, I would ask him to buy me a new one. And of course, one day he said no.
Well, I'm not buying you more lip balm. You should probably make your own.
I thought about it. I said, hey, how do you actually make lip balm? What goes into it? So that's when me and my mom, we started to do research.
Okay, now, I hope you caught that first part because that's really important. When I was 9 years old, I was interested in lip balm, and I asked my dad, and I researched it. How do you start making lip balm? Okay, how many 9-year-olds are out there looking to make lip balm? So, she also tried her hand at making body butter, which is a moisturizer. Again, we're talking early on. Now, I don't know if you use body butter. I tend to use sometimes I use margarine instead of butter. It seems to work better. I can't believe it's not butter. That's a good one. Anyway, so body butter is an intense skin moisturizer. And the reason she got involved, Zandra and her mom had tried all these commercial products. Bet you they didn't try. I can't believe it's not butter. Before they said, okay, it's the overwhelming in terms of scent, left their skin dry, itchy, none of this worked. So they wanted to obviously develop a product, focus on products that, number one, work and were made with healthy ingredients that would be good for everyone's type of skin, kind of hypoallergenic. And she had so much fun with this new hobby, she started making lip balm and body butter for her friends. And, of course, they loved it. So she had an idea. Just before her 10th birthday, she goes to her mom and says, Mom, I want to start a business. And then her mom explains what they did next.
I came across the Kids Biz program through the Small Business Administration at Buffalo State College. After that moment, we went from Zandra, the 10-year-old with a hobby, to Zandra becoming a brand.
So she opens her first business, 10 years old, as Azariah's Innocence, which featured those two first products, lip balm and whipped body butter. Now, that's different, whipped. There aren't that many butters that are whipped, but they're easy to spread. You ever notice that? All made by hand by Zandra and her mom, made at home. So they sold the products to friends and family and then took them to local farmers markets where it really took off. The products proved to be very popular, and then Dad figured out he knew things were going to change.
Once I realized Zandra was transitioning her hobby into a business, I also had to do some transition myself from father to investor. She's not asking for the $2 lip balm anymore. She's asking me for, some serious financing. Now we have to look at some risk analysis on this. But I see that she worked hard. She would stay in the studio, do all kinds of things to legitimize her business.
So today, if you look at Zandra, she's CEO of her company, Zandra Beauty. She's still in high school, but runs her business with help of mom and dad. They moved the business out of their home. It's now into a separate studio where they come up and create new products. Mom mixes the product. Zandra, while Mom is mixing, Zandra is working on her schoolwork because, after all, she still has to get through high school. Her mom said that Zandra is involved in every part of the business.
It's really important that she understand every aspect of this business. So as it grows, when she starts to create more jobs and create more opportunities for girls that are going to come behind her, she can sympathize with them because they'll be working jobs that she worked as she rose.
And I'm looking at a picture of this little package of one of her products. This is an exfoliating sugar scrub. And there's Zandra, the name. That's not her picture. And it says, Zandra, self-confidence, own it, rock it. So she wanted to make, this is so clever. She wanted to make sure her products were sassy and cool and inspiring. I mean, that's marketing. That really is marketing. So she worked with a designer how to create fun labels for her products. And the products had something to say. So they're all, they're inspirational quotas on these bottles, on these packages. Things like, be confident, strong, you're perfect just as you are. Self-confidence, own it, rock it. Make every moment a great one. Dream wide, dream tall, dream big. They obviously eat at a lot of Chinese restaurants and do a lot of Chinese takeout. So where can you find these products? Well, first of all, there's 37 of these products. You know what? Let me take a break and come back, and I'll go through the rest of Zandra's story, our success from scratch.